Must be fuck you, cause every time I walk by, niggas be like, fuck you. I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there. My first name must be he ain't shit, cause every time I'm in a car, bitches be like, he ain't shit. I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there.
Oh God, listening to some Redman. Love that song. Anyway, let's do another narrated Woodsball video. Last one that we just put up got, what, 10,000 views in 2 days. So people seem to like it, so let's do another one. This one's going to be a little bit different. Instead of just standard footage, this one's actually going to have a little bit of lesson, a little bit of a lesson inside this one. What's going to happen here is I'm out there, I'm shooting my first strike. I've got a camera gun, camera mounted on the pistol, but I didn't put the camera footage up because, as you'll see as this video gets started, I actually end up having a remote line problem. I didn't have a problem with the pistol. I had a problem with the remote line. So it looks like they're getting ready to start the game here.
Sorry, my bad, my bad.
So right off the bat, I got almost ran over by a player that was behind me. And I got the pistol here. I got 3 magazines, so I'm going to pick and choose my shots. So I'm obviously not in any rush to run up to the very front of the firefight. So I find a nice little spot here.
Yeah, he's right wood, that right piece of wood. He's coming out low.
Now, when you're shooting the Tiberius T9, or you're shooting the first strike rounds, having some sort of red dot or scope or one of those fake ACOGs that you can get on eBay or something like that is a must-have. Especially at the price of these rounds, you need to make sure that your marker is sighted in before you get out there on the field. And it's actually pretty easy to sight your gun. And what I recommend you doing is just taking your gun out there and just sighting it in at like 50 feet. And then once you have it sighted in at 50 feet, it makes it a lot easier to sight it in at 100 feet than 150 feet. Don't go out there and try to sight your scope in at 200 feet. And, that could take forever to sight it in. Sight it in at 50 feet. Hit a post-it note on a cardboard box, then start moving the box back in 25, 50-foot increments or whatever, and your gun's going to be really well sighted in. But because I was running a gun cam, I didn't have a scope, so I ended up having to shoot a couple more rounds than I thought I would. But
right here, right here, right here.
Not really the point of the video, but I figured I would kind of throw that tidbit out there if you're going to be trying to sight in using
right here, this fort.
Now what I've got here is I've got a little 14 cubic inch tank basically in my pocket with a remote line, which is usually all you need for 4 or 5 magazines of first strike rounds. First strike rounds are very, very efficient rounds. You get about 30 more feet per second than you would with a normal paintball. So if you chrono a normal paintball at 260, when you shoot the first strike rounds, you'll be shooting at about 290. So they're actually very air efficient. So usually a 14 cubic inch tank is all I need. Now I was getting some splatter, so I wanted to make sure that the lens was okay on the gun. Or lens was okay on the camera.
Hey, moving up on the left.
And that's an oh shit moment. So basically what happened there was when I went to connect the new magazine, the O-ring inside of the fill nipple, or not the fill nipple, I'm sorry, inside of the quick disconnect blew out. So this is a common thing that happens. I don't know what happened, either it tore or ripped or whatever, but bottom line is I don't have a gun anymore. So this is what's really important about this. Okay, this is a 10-on-10 game. I'm still one of the 10 whether I have a gun problem or not. You know, a lot of people when they have gun problems when they're out there on the field, the first thing they do is they'll just walk off. I'm out of air. I've chopped the paint. My loader's dead. I'm not going to do that. My teammates are relying on me, and even though I don't have a gun, I still have a voice. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to try to pretty much pick up my mess, and I'm going to start communicating.
In the fort right here. In the fort to your right.
I'm basically going to turn into the voice of the team because I don't have a gun, so I need to help out somehow. And so basically what I'm going to try to do is stay alive as much as I can and try to communicate as much information to the
Stay
people,
still in that piece of wood.
to the players that are out there.
That fort right here in front of me, the big one, that's where he's at. He's at your 1 o'clock. He's at your 1 o'clock. Okay.
Now, basically, by me being able to communicate the positions of the opponents, of the players that are on the other team,
Yeah. He's
I
popping
can-
out the right side of it.
what I'm
side of
trying
it.
to do here is I'm trying to save them as much ammo, as much paint as possible because I can't shoot back. So if I can get them to conserve the paint and I can tell them exactly where to put their shots
I'm
at,
out of air.
it's going to give us a much better chance of winning this game. As long as I can try to stay in and try to communicate the positions of where the other teammates
I'm
are at,
watching
or the
your
other
left.
players are at.
I'm watching your left. Hey, there's 2 at the fort! 2 at the fort! 2 at the fort!
Now, when I head checked, I noticed that there was another player that just went into
And
the
there's
fort.
2 in that fort! There's 2 in that fort!
Now, I'm actually
Hey,
in
there's
a...
one guy. Hey, he's right over here at our 10 o'clock. He's almost parallel with us. Watch it. There's one guy at our 10 o'clock. He's almost parallel with us. Hey, watch to your left. 10 o'clock. He's almost parallel to us.
Now, I'm actually in a really good
Yeah, right
spot to have a gun problem. I've got great visibility on the left, great visibility on the right. Don't really have much visibility
Hey, there's still
in
2 in
front
the
of me.
fort. Still 2 in the fort.
But at least I can watch the flanks pretty safely from this spot. And also, I'm also drawing a lot of fire, which is
Still
helping
2
out
in
the
the
other
fort.
team.
Hey, the wood is still there.
So by me having a great vantage point, being able to watch the whole field, communicating the positions to my other teammates, I can actually shoot them out. And I'm also drawing a lot of fire.
Hey, get low, get low, get low. Yeah, get in tight, get in tight. Yeah, right there. That's the one guy there. Get in tight, get in tight. Hey, the fort right in front of you, right in front of you. The fort right in front of you. Yeah, right there. There's 2 right there.
So now, actually, by being loud is actually a very good distraction for the people that are on the other team. They hear me yelling, which obviously causes a lot of attention towards myself. So they're trying to shoot me out because they hear me communicating, which allows my
2 in
other
the
players
fort,
to
1 in the
sneak
back
up.
right wood.
Now this sucks being in this position. I mean, I hate being in this position. My gun's down. I'm watching my teammates moving up, but at least I can communicate to them and try to do some sort of strategy to win the game.
Still on the left.
So now what I'm doing is
Wood is still there. Still 2 in the fort.
I set my gun down
1
because
out
I
of the
know
fort. 1 out of the fort. 1 out of the fort.
I just watched one of the players
There's
that was in
one
the fort
left in
get
the fort.
eliminated.
Fort's clear. And the fort is clear. Back right. Fort is clear. There's still somebody all the way to the left. Far left. All the way to the left. Far left. Far left and back right. Far left and back right. Far left and back right.
Now, it's important when you're yelling out directions or trying to yell out commands or locations to yell out slowly. So you want to make sure that a lot of people
Far
get
left,
really hyper.
Far left! Far left!
And their voice speeds up. So if you're going to yell out commands,
I'm out of air.
it's important
Far
when you're
left.
yelling, when you're trying to yell out commands, to yell slowly.
Hey, one more in the fort! There's one more in the fort! He's coming out of the middle. Same guy in the back left, same guy in the back right. He's in the stand-up in the back right.
So just trying to observe the field, trying to yell out positions.
Hey, watch out! Hey, the guy that was on the left just moved up past us! The guy on the left just moved up past us! Hey, he moved up past us! Left side! Hey, that guy on the left is gone! Fort's out! Hey, left side is open! Left side is open!
Now, it was obviously a pretty heated thing because somebody basically
I don't think anybody's
sprinted
in
through
that
the
bunker.
woods.
There is?
Somebody sprinted through the woods and basically passed where we were at. But by me being able to communicate that, I communicated that to
There's
the
somebody in
left-hand
that
side.
laydown?
I communicated that to the left side, and somebody on the left side ended up taking him out. And you can see that player that actually moved past us. He was getting out right there. Kind of a scary thing to have when you watch somebody run past your scrimmage line.
Yeah, back right, still hot.
I can see my players moving up, so if I'm going to try to draw some fire, I need to at least be up there with them, a little
Hey,
bit
Fort, you're
behind
gone,
them.
dude. Yeah, still back right. Still back right. You move up to your left. Stay low. No, go around the other side. Go around the other side. Go to your left. Go to your left. There you go. He's looking over here. There you go. There you go.
So what I was doing is trying to give
He's
the
still
player
there.
a little bit better commands
He might have backed up.
so that they didn't
Now
get
he's
shot
back in
out.
it. He's out. Hey, there's one more to our left. One more to the left.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I mean, the biggest point of this video is I wanted to show you guys is that just because your gun goes down on the field doesn't mean that you still can't help your team. You can still communicate, where your opponents are at. You can give paint out to teammates. Maybe your teammates run out of paint and you still have paint. You can give it to them. You can draw fire, which you guys saw me doing. You can distract the other team. So all of those things you can still do even when your gun goes down on the field. So just because your gun goes down on the field, don't just walk off the field. Stay in the game as long as you possibly can. And I guarantee it, every once in a while, even though your gun goes down, you might help your team win the game. Thanks for tuning in.